So this will officially be my first time walking out in the streets of New York City, holding a tripod, recording myself for this vlog. And I'm gonna be honest, this is so way far outside of my comfort zone. Alright, what is up and welcome back to another video. And to be quite honest with you, I have no idea where I'm gonna be taking this vlog series, but I've been here in New York for 11 months now, which is crazy to think about. I moved here last November, and actually, today's October 23rd, and about this same day next month is gonna be my 1 year. And I'm thinking about gathering some of my friends together and throwing like a little 1 year anniversary party, which is gonna be pretty exciting. But all that's to say that I've been here for almost a year now, and I want to take advantage of just being in New York City. There's definitely that factor of when people watch my videos like you and you see, whoa, he's in New York City. And so I would definitely want to take advantage of that. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity there. And I've been wanting to get back into YouTube for a while, but, with being human, there's just this sense of like judgment from others of, oh, what are these people going to think of me walking down. Obviously there's a fear of me walking down the street holding a camera filming myself, and there's that fear of like, oh, what do people think of me? They're going to look at me and be like, oh, this is just another transplant influencer, blah blah blah, and they can say what they want. But ultimately I want to push myself out of my comfort zone and do this, and like I said, take advantage of the fact that I'm in New York City and the fact that I'm going to be filming a vlog, and you can see the Empire State Building and you can see the streets, the busy streets of New York, and you can see iconic things that you've seen in movies. I want to take advantage of that versus me being in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the suburbs where there's nothing really going on. You're just like, oh, he's just in another random small town in America. But yeah, so this video is just going to be a simple day in the life. So like I said, today's October 23rd. I just recently got back from a trip to Montreal. I'm gonna post probably a collage of stuff that I did over there in this next clip here, and then I'm also gonna post a little collage of my adventures on over my Instagram. So go ahead and drop me a follow there if you want to just keep me updated. I try to also post content daily on Instagram, but I'm gonna try to get back into weekly uploads at the very most. I don't want to overcommit myself right now. I want to say probably weekly uploads or bi-weekly, not bi-weekly, that's 2 times a week. Bi-monthly, yeah. So yeah, either every week or every other week, I'm going to be doing uploads. So there's that. And today, I just got back last night. Didn't get back too late. Got back at like 6:30 p.m. ish, which was just enough time for me to take the train back to the city. And I'm just chilling here at home today. I got to sleep in a little bit. I had a morning client session, but he ended up canceling and rescheduling. So there's that. So I got to sleep in a little bit, just recovering from all the travel fatigue and everything. But today's plan is going to be, so I had breakfast already had my morning coffee. By the way, I love this fucking mug. Wanker. But anyways, oh yeah, so also want to say shout out to one of my good close friends, Andy Tate, for pushing me to do this YouTube vlog series. He's been doing something. He's also another fellow fitness coach and online fitness coach in the space with me, and one of my very good and close friends, and he gave me a really good pep talk of, just have fun with this, just don't have any expectations, just kind of film whatever and then upload, and then, who knows what happens with consistency and effort, right? Just like how I say with working out all the time, just consistency and effort, and then a few years down the line, you don't know what will happen. So yeah, that's basically what I want to do with this channel, just kind of document my life and document my journey here in New York City, because, as for right now, I don't know if I'll stay in the city forever, but I want to document this phase of my life and just be able to look back on all the footage and everything and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. I have this part of my life down on record. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. So pretty much on the docket for today. So had my morning coffee. I'm gonna do some online client check-ins right here, and I have my Portuguese lesson. Actually, also another fun fact, I'm currently on a journey to learning Portuguese right now. It's been about 5 months since I started taking it seriously, and actually one of the big motivating factors was that I had gone to Portugal and Spain in April and May, and I really was inspired by seeing how people's personality sort of changes when you speak to them in their native language. And I want to be able to connect with people around the world and be able to form that deeper relationship with them. So that was one of the inspired reasons. I also have a friend who's Portuguese, and initially I wanted to learn a few phrases off of Duolingo just to mess around and communicate with them. And then also I was seeing this Brazilian girl for a little bit in the city. So all those factors together just kind of motivated me to really take on learning Portuguese. And then also, I want to learn Spanish as well, and I want to learn a few other languages. So I'm hoping Portuguese is kind of the gateway to learning multiple languages. So anyways, that's kind of a little bit background explanation as to why I'm learning Portuguese. And yeah, I have my Portuguese lesson with my tutor on italki at 2, and then I have a client at 5 to 6, and then from 6:30 to 7:30. So yeah, that's pretty much the docket for today. And then I'm gonna crank out, I think I have at this point about like 4 or 5 check-ins to do. So I'm gonna crank out 4 or 5 check-ins, have lunch, and chill. I may even go out for a little walk, and I can just walk and chat with you for a little bit too. So, and then client sessions, and then I'm just gonna fit in whatever throughout my day, throughout my gaps that I have in terms of like planning content, filming content, and yeah, that's pretty much what a typical day looks like. So glad for you to be here to join along for the ride. Alright, so I have been sitting on my ass for the past couple of hours here. So what have I accomplished? I cranked out all my check-ins for today, and I did my Portuguese homework as assigned by my tutor, and I'm going to have some lunch now. So I am actually not super hungry, just because I ate a lot on my trip to Montreal. But yeah, so we're gonna have some lunch. So pretty typical lunch for me is I will have chicken nugget quesadilla with the side of baby carrots. So popping a few of these guys in here. So while that heats up, I'm gonna head back to my room and probably just chillax a little bit or get some more work done. I still gotta plan out some content for today. So yeah, that's the plan for the next 15 minutes or so, because it takes a while for the air fryer to preheat, and another 10 minutes for the chicken nuggets to cook through, and then I gotta heat up the quesadilla, melt the cheese, and do all that, which takes an extra 5 minutes. But you'll see that all my meals are super freaking simple and easy. I hate being super complicated with my meals because that adds an extra, like, I cannot be fucked with to do all that fancy cooking meal prep stuff. Like, if I'm gonna enjoy myself, like, obviously I enjoy cooking from time to time, but most of the time, if I want to indulge and enjoy myself, I'm going to go out and eat. But for the most part, my day-to-day meals, I try to keep things as simple as possible, because why would I give myself more decisions to make and more guesswork and more stress? And that just creates more and more of these barriers, which is why you might feel like you can't stay on point with your diet, or why you feel like dieting is like the hardest thing in the world and you just would rather eat DoorDash or something. Whereas like if you keep your meals as simple as possible, it's only a few different ingredients. I can literally chuck stuff in the air fryer, and I can literally heat stuff up on the stove for like 5 minutes. It reduces that perceived barrier of like, oh, I don't want to diet, I don't want to do this, I don't want to eat healthy because it's so much work and so hard, and I'd rather just stay with my normal routine. But if you keep things as simple as possible, you're gonna find that I can just bust out these meals and it's relatively healthy and it keeps me within my calories and I get a decent amount of protein. then you're much more likely to follow through because it's just more simple and less things to worry about and less things to think about. So yeah, that's kind of my philosophy around like both lifting and nutrition. I had to unfortunately for you, today's a rest day for me, so I'm not going to be showing my training today, but in another vlog video, I'll record my training session, what a typical lifting session looks like for me, and you'll see it's very simple, and I use it to build muscle and be able to maintain my progress, and it's short and efficient and effective. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna take the next 10 minutes to crank out a little bit more work, and then I'll check in with you when my food is ready, or I'm gonna be able to like cook and actually prepare stuff. So yeah, check with you in a bit. All right, so chicken nuggets are done, and then I need to heat up my tortillas. Hopefully the fan isn't too loud, but I gotta heat that up, melt the cheese. I actually need to hurry up because my Portuguese lesson starts in like 6 minutes, so I gotta hurry the fuck up and get this shit done and scarf down my food real quick. So generally my days are pretty packed. This is why I like these quick and easy meals, because I don't have to think about it. And also I eat relatively the same shit every day, which again, it reduces decision fatigue because I don't have to think about, oh, what am I gonna have for breakfast? What am I gonna have for lunch? It's like, no. I know that everything I'm eating is generally the same, so I spend less time, energy, and less fatigue on trying to determine what I'm going to eat for today. And if I want some variety, if I want some change, I'm going to go out and enjoy myself versus having to decide every single day what I'm going to have to eat. I eat generally the same things every day. And you'll generally notice that I don't track every single thing I eat. I just kind of track the high calorie dense stuff, the stuff that I know that I will overestimate, which is like cheese or rice or like oil, but I rarely use oil and all that nowadays. But generally stuff that I know I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to add a little pinch here and there, I'm going to go over my calories, like that stuff I weigh out. But generally, if like this is generally going to be the same number of calories, and this I can just count the number of nuggets there are. So that's how I guesstimate portion sizes. But other stuff I know that I'm going to be a bit more accountable, so I do this hybrid tracking thing. Whereas I think when you're starting out, you should definitely track every single thing, because otherwise you're going to overestimate everything and you have no idea what portion sizes are. But personally, I have been tracking I've tracked consistently for like 3 to 5 years now, and so I have a general idea of what most serving sizes things looks like, and I can look at a package of things and I can kind of do the math in my head because I've been doing it for so long. But I recommend everyone start tracking, and then you can transition away from tracking. And then also know that once you develop the skills of tracking, you don't need to do it forever. Like, I have this database built out in my head, and I don't necessarily have to be always paying attention to the exact number of calories, because I know that if I can stay relatively close in the ballpark of calories I'm supposed to eat, I'm going to be good. So yeah, there's my little spiel. I'm going to finish whipping this meal up, get my baby carrots down here, and a little container of hummus, and that's going to be my more healthy, fibrous side thing there. So alright, and there we go. Whip that shit up in 10-15 minutes. Actually, my Portuguese lesson starts in like 1 minute, so I'm gonna actually go do my lesson, and then I'm gonna scarf this down afterwards. So I will see you in the next clip. Alright, time to head into my Portuguese lesson. Olá, estou bem, e você? Obrigado, até mais, tchau. And that is a wrap on my Portuguese lessons. So, now that we wrapped that up, time to finally eat. This is like cold as fuck now, but chow time. And I think after I eat, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a walk, because I have been legit sedentary all day. I'm at fucking 482 steps right now. So definitely need to get some activity going. And then I have another client session in 2 hours, and then so it's just back to back, and then I gotta come back home, hop on a call with a potential new client, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. I'm gonna keep you updated. You'll see me after I eat this. I'm not trying to do like a mukbang ASMR kind of thing, so I'm just gonna eat this in peace and silence, and then I'll catch you on my walk. Alright, so I finally finished up all of the foreseeable work I have for today, and then I've got a client session at 5, so I have a little bit under an hour actually, because I gotta commute to my client's place and then train him there. But I have a little bit less than an hour to just chill it a little bit, so I'm gonna go out for a little bit of a walk and might pick up a energy drink or two, just because the new Monster, I don't know if you love energy drinks as much as I do, but the new Monster Ultra Vice Guava came out, and I got it the other week, and it is chef's kiss, freaking amazing, dude. Like, yeah. So I might pick up, I thought I do have a couple energy drinks at home I don't want to go and pick up. And then, you know, it's usually like the two for, and then so I got to pick it up, run back, even though the CVS is like a block down. I don't want to have to go down the street and then come back and then put it away and then go back down. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna go put on my shoes, and then we'll head out and we'll go check out one of my favorite places in my neighborhood. I feel like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood right now. You know Mr. Rogers?
Please won't you be my neighbor? My neighbor? I'm glad we're together again.
If she doesn't know Mr. Rogers, she's too young for you, bro. Alright, so this will officially be my first time walking out in the streets of New York City, holding a tripod, recording myself for this vlog. And I'm gonna be honest, this is so way far outside of my comfort zone. Like, I'll be honest, I have some thoughts of people walking past me and thinking, who is this guy recording himself? Is he an influencer? Blah, blah, blah. But then I also think to myself, like, there's so much more crazy shit that goes on in the city. Like, if you have even lived or visited here, you'll know of all the crazy shit that happens on the streets over here. So the fact that I'm just some normal dude holding a camera, recording myself and talking to the camera, that is like a completely normal activity compared to a lot of other shit that you see. So, quick update as to where we are. We are currently, I don't know if you can see it, we're on 54th Street on 2nd Ave, and I am walking over to one of my favorite places in the neighborhood. So I live on 54th Street, so please don't stalk me or send me anthrax, but I'm currently walking down 54th Street to the Midtown East Greenway, which I believe is newly built. I think it was built within the last 3 to 5 years, correct me if I'm wrong. I just moved here a year ago, so I'm not too familiar with things over here, but as of lately, it's been one of my favorite places because I can literally walk down a few blocks all the way down to the park, and it sits right next to the East River, and it's super nice. There's a lot of people that go there, so it's very much like a community thing, and it's just nice to sit by the water, and you can see the bridge, you can listen to the water, you can people watch. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're on our way there. All right, and we are here. Man, it is freaking bright out. Let me get on my glasses. So yeah, this is the new Midtown East Greenway. As you can see, nice little skyline view back there. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't. The World Trade Center is back there somewhere. And then nice view of the water. And then just over that side of the water is Roosevelt Island. And then just over beyond that, that's Queens. So yeah, this is one of my new favorite spots, to be honest. Hold on, let me get my camera just here. But yeah, this is one of my new favorite spots because it's so close and nice little patch of greenery here. And then you can see it's like lively and bustling. There's so many people out and about right now. Oh yeah, and then of course, I am a huge engineering nerd, or an ex-engineer here, but that's the Queensboro Bridge. So yeah, this is a nice little spot. And typically what I'll do out here is I'll just walk along this little path and even find a seat to just chill on the bench here and chill for a little bit. But I might just walk down another block or so and then head back because I need to head back home and actually get ready and be on my way to see my client at 5 p.m. So we'll just walk for a little bit longer and chat a little bit more before I head back. All right, found a nice little spot to sit down and chill here. I'm gonna take off my glasses so I don't look like a jackass talking to you so you can see into my eyes. But yeah, nice little spot. I'm gonna enjoy my Zoa energy drink. Actually, I just picked these up from Costco like a couple weeks ago. They're not bad, not the best. I actually like all the fake sugar and shit. I like my energy drinks super sweet, but these are all right. You know, smelled what the Rock was cooking. Even cooks them, they're not great. But I committed and bought a whole pack of these, so I'm gonna see it through and finish it through. So I'm gonna chill here a bit, listen to some music for about like 10 more minutes or so, and then make my way back home. All right, it is now officially 4:20 p.m. Ayo, just kidding. Smoking's bad for you. Stay in school, kids. But I'm gonna make my way back now, and by the time I get home, I have a few minutes to pack my stuff, get ready, and take the subway over to my client's place, and you get to see firsthand the New York City subway experience. So there's that. And while I'm walking here, I kind of want to take a little bit to talk about just how it feels to live in a walkable city. Hold on, I'm switching hands here with my tripod. But I kind of want to talk about living in a walkable city. And so just a little bit of a background. I moved here from Portland, Oregon, which I actually didn't live in Portland, Oregon. I lived in Vancouver, Washington, which is smaller. Like, we like to consider that a suburb of Portland because a lot of people would live there because it's cheaper, and then they would commute over into Portland. So that's what I basically did every day. And I found that Vancouver wasn't super walkable. Like, there was a downtown core area, and then of course everything else outside of that downtown core was not really walkable. Like, you needed a car to basically survive, and you also needed a car to commute into work unless you lived in, like I said, that downtown core there. So, and I really did feel like having to commute and drive every single day got really fatiguing, and especially from the fitness side of things, having to really be conscious and pay attention to how much activity I'm getting in on a daily basis. And of course, my job, I was on my feet, but I wouldn't say I was super active by any means. Like, I was a personal trainer, but still, you know, I drove around to meet my clients. I also worked part-time in a physical therapy clinic. And so I did walk around, and like my daily step count average would be like 4,000, which honestly isn't that high. Like, a recommendation I give to a lot of my clients is that a decently active day is at least 7 to 8K. And so it would take me actually a good amount of effort to take steps on a daily basis. Like I would actually have to force myself to go to the gym, do cardio after my lifting sessions, or there was, granted there was this nice little trail by my place, but I would still have to be like, okay, Austin, you got to get out of the house and go on a walk, or else you're going to be sedentary for the entire day here. And of course, if you know anything about that area, it's a very cloudy and rainy area. So, when the weather is crap and dark for 9 months out of the year, you don't really want to be going outside and taking steps. And so it's very demotivating. So you just needed the extra motivation factor. But here, even though I will say sometimes the weather is a little bit depressing or demotivating, that I still, because I'm like, okay, I gotta walk to the store, or I gotta walk and take the subway, or I need to walk and do my errands, or I walk and go out and meet up with friends. Like there still is that extra layer of like, I still gotta walk to get there. It's not me walking to the parking lot to hop into my car, right? So even on a light day here, I'm getting at least 6,000-7,000 steps. But on an average day where I'm running around, meeting clients, doing regular stuff, I can easily clock in well over 10K steps. So that's one thing about just being in a walkable city, that because it's just built primarily around walking, you can easily be active and stay relatively active. And so over here, at least this is what I've noticed, there aren't as many overweight or obese people, and people are just generally more health conscious because you're just walking around all the time, and because you're walking around, that sort of fosters a more active community, because everyone has like a decent walking base and everyone is generally relatively fit because they have that base aerobic capacity from walking. Like there are a lot of like runners here. I had just runners run by. A lot of people love doing sports. A lot of people love like working out, going to the gym, and just living more of a healthy, active lifestyle. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things that has sort of changed my life in terms of just being able to, stay pretty decently active. I don't have to think about, I got to take X amount of steps per day. And honestly, also in New York City, when you're having to speed walk around everyone, and when you're really running up and down those subway stairs, it builds a decent amount of cardio and conditioning, because you got to be running everywhere all the time. So good amount of zone 2 cardio on a daily basis, I will say. But yeah, that pretty much ends my random spiel on walkable cities and how it actually fosters a better health and activity-centric society. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I won't make you walk with me all the way back home, so I'll catch you back home. All right, we are finally home. Gonna head back up now, grab my stuff, and then I'll be on my way to my client. Subway was fucking packed. Alright, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get much footage of the subway because it was just freaking packed, because it is like almost 5 p.m. right now, so it's rush hour. But we're out here on the Upper East Side, which is much more of a family-oriented neighborhood, and I am on my way to my client here in the Upper East Side. I'm not going to disclose his address, but it's a pretty big neighborhood, so you won't be able to stalk him, I hope. So yeah, gonna go train him, and then catch you post-session. Alright, so just got off at Grand Central. There's the MetLife building back here. There's Grand Central back there, and heading over to my next client now, which he lives by the UN building. Try not to give too much away now. So man, subways are crazy packed. They were delayed, so didn't get a chance to get much footage because I don't want to be that one dude on the subway just freaking sticking his hand up in the air trying to record content. So yeah, gonna finish up with my next client and then I will check back in with you. Alright, officially done with all my clients for today. And then now I'm just heading over to Grand Central and gonna take the subway home. Look at that. Summit 1. And what is that? I don't remember. Alright, and we are about a block away from home. And there you can see the Chrysler building. So I live like one stop away from Grand Central. So yeah, on my way home, I'm pretty much a block away. And pretty much for the end of the night, I'm just going to have one more new client call, eat dinner, chill it a little bit, might get a little bit more work done, and then have my little nightcap dessert thing. And then from there, I'm gonna call it a night, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow morning. So yeah, see you back at home. Alright, so we are finally home. Hopped off a call with a new client and just gotten some dinner going. So I got my famous green beans and spinach mix, have my rice and chicken, and I'm gonna cook everything, chow down on it, and then pretty much call it a night. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around for more vlogs like this, be sure to like and subscribe. And honestly, I want to say that I had a lot of fun filming this video today. It was just nice getting out and actually like getting over that mental barrier and mental hump of talking to a camera around on the streets and realizing that no one really gives a shit about what you're doing out in the city. So had a lot of fun. So I'm gonna look forward to doing more videos like this. So hope you subscribe and follow along. But yeah, that's about it. Catch you next one.